Do you understand the whole concept of why it is important to act on your highest excitement every moment? Hesitation usually means no.
No.
All right. That's your answer. You see, you hear in what you call your New Age parlance the idea of following your bliss, acting on your excitement, acting on your highest joy. But why? Why is that important? The reason is the answer to your question. What you actually call excitement, what the body's translation is of that sensation, is it's actually representative of the vibratory frequency of the energy that represents your true natural self. So if you always act on the thing that contains the most excitement at every given moment to the best of your ability with zero expectation as to what the outcome ought to be, you will be walking the optimal path no matter how it looks. You see, the idea is that many of you have been taught to think that, well, I am at A, I want to get to Z, and the straightest path is to go from here to there. Whereas, if you follow your excitement, the path may seem to go like this. But you see, because it's representative of your excitement, because it's representative of your true vibration, you'll actually become superconductive and pass that energy through you very quickly and move on that path much more quickly than a smaller path that's not you, because the smaller path will be representative of resistance. And you'll find yourself pushing against it and going backwards and taking a lot of time to walk that path. Whereas if you go the longer path, but it is representative of your excitement, you'll actually get to Z faster. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is simple physics. It's just about aligning with the vibration of who you actually are. And the things that excite you the most because they're representative of your true natural frequency. So acting on the things that excite you the most is like following the compass needle that's pointing to your true magnetic north. And if you just keep doing that, you will find that that excitement will become the driving engine and the organizing principle of your life, and will attract to you every single situation you need to continue to act on more and more and more opportunities that bring more excitement. That's actually all you need to do. At any given moment, you have a number of things that are available to you to take action on. Doesn't matter what they are. Just pick the one that has the most excitement, that you have the greatest degree of ability to take action on, and act on it to the best of your ability until you can take it no further with absolutely zero expectation. And if you just keep doing that, you will find that your life will become an ecstatic explosion of synchronicity. Mm-hmm. Does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
Thank you. Remember, this is just simple physics. It's nothing mysterious. It's just physics.
Hello, Bashar.
And you, good day.
I have a personal question.
Well, I believe every single question was probably personal. Since it were asked by persons.
How do I know what is the next step in my path?
I already told you. Were you paying attention?
Yes.
Can you answer that yourself?
No.
Act to the best of your ability on whatever situation or opportunity presents itself to you that contains the highest amount of excitement that you have the greatest degree of ability to take action on with absolutely no expectation. At any given moment, for example, you chose to come to this interaction today, yes?
Yes.
Is that because it excited you?
Yes.
Well, then after this, what will you choose to do? Whatever it is, out of all the choices that are available to you, whatever they are, no matter how big, no matter how small, choose the one, act on the one first that has the highest excitement in it, even if it seems unconnected to anything else you think to call exciting. Because whatever does contain the highest excitement is the thread that connects to everything else in your life that's going to be exciting, no matter how it looks. So if you just keep doing that every moment, let's see. What's the most exciting thing I can do now? Take a walk on the beach. Let's see, I've done that. What's the most exciting thing I can do now? Have lunch with a friend. Let's see, I've done that. What's the next most exciting thing I can do now? Read a book. Okay. Just keep doing it, and it will build and it will grow and it will lead you into circumstances and situations that will expand upon it and expand upon it and expand upon it until your life is full of absolutely nothing but opportunities to do exciting things. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's the next step. That's the first step. It's the only step you need to take, because all excitement is a thread. It leads to all other excitement. And excitement is the driving engine and the organizing principle of your life. It will bring you what you need when you need it, if you just keep acting on it. And you know what? I'll tell you a big secret, all right?
All right. Okay.
You don't need a special reason to act on it. The only reason you need is because that's what you prefer, because you say so. There is absolutely nothing that exists within creation that will contradict you. Does that feel self-empowering?
Yes.
Then there you go.
Please remember this, all of you. And again, I'm not saying things cannot manifest. I'm not saying things cannot occur. But here's something very, very crucial to remember about this and what we were talking about at the beginning of this transmission with regard to the idea of what your physical mind is capable of and what your higher mind is capable of. We know that many of you have these visions, these dreams of what you desire in your lives. And you create this image, this picture of that perfect representation of that reality. And you aim for that and you go for that. And that's what excites you. And that's your passion. And that's all well and good. But understand this very clearly. The best possible version your physical mind is capable of imagining is the least possible version your higher mind can imagine. So don't stop the higher mind by saying, that's the best I can get. Let the higher mind give you more than you believed you could get. Because if you insist that the picture the physical mind gets is the best that can happen, you're actually limiting what might even be in a more amazing way the higher mind could bring it about. By saying, that's it, that's what I can get. And thus you put conditions and limitations and expectations on the higher mind that prevent it from giving you something beyond what you imagined. So the best that you can imagine with the physical mind is the least way in which it will happen. Go out into the world with that understanding and start to see what happens. The best you can imagine is the least possible way it will occur. Not the best, the least. And then feel the true power you have in allowance and letting it come to you. If you can handle it. Does that make sense?
Yes. It makes a lot of sense. And the allowing part, is there anything else about allowing?
Big part of it. Because again, remember, you don't have to make things happen. Things already work. That's why it's not important for the physical mind to understand how things are going to happen. Because when it thinks it needs to make things happen, when it thinks it needs to figure out how something's going to happen, it's not allowing. It's forcing. It thinks it needs to force things into position instead of trusting that things already work. If things already work, you just let them happen. You allow them to happen. You can put out the vibration of the desire. You can use that vision, that image, as a template to put yourself in the proper vibrational state. But then just let the higher mind do its job. That's all that you need to do. You can, as the physical mind, say, all right, I've gotten this inspiration, I've gotten this imagination, I feel the excitement. That's the communication from the higher mind. Now, all I need to do is look around for any situation or circumstance that contains the same energy, the same excitement, the same passion. All I need to do is take action on it in that direction to the best of my ability. And that's all I need to do. And the next thing that comes along, do the same. The next thing that comes along, do the same. The next thing that comes along, do the same. Knowing you are guided by that vibration. And it is the path that represents the true you. And then go along and enjoy the ride. And whatever happens is what needs to happen. Validate it. Give it the positive meaning you prefer to, even if you don't understand how it could serve you that way. Give it that meaning. And allow it to show you how it serves you. Remember, you cannot experience what you are not the vibration of. So if you're not the vibration of allowance, if you're not the vibration of positive meaning, how can anything reflect back to you in a positive, allowing way? You understand?
Yes, so if you're not the vibration, how do you allow that vibration? How do you...
By getting in touch with whatever beliefs and definitions you would have that would get you to react to something in a way you don't prefer to. It's a simple question. If you react in a negative way, if you give something a negative meaning, all you have to do is take a step back and say, what would I have to believe is true in order to react to this way? What would I prefer to believe is true? And then respond that way. Many times, the second you identify a belief, it's gone. It's gone. No other process is required. Many times, just turning on the light is what makes the shadow disappear. But you have to allow yourself to investigate. And the easiest question is, what would I have to believe is true about my relationship to this thing that I would react to it in a negative way? Find out what that belief is. Find out where it came from. Find out if it serves you any longer. If it doesn't, there's no reason to keep carrying it, because very often these beliefs are just baggage you're carrying that belongs to someone else. Drop it. That's why it's so heavy. The only reason baggage is heavy is because it doesn't belong to you. Let it go. Lighten up. Remember, again, you want to be enlightened? Just lighten up on yourselves. Stop treating yourselves so harshly, so undeservedly, by dragging things along that don't belong to you. Maybe they come from your parents. Maybe they come from your society. Maybe they come from your friends. Doesn't matter.
The world has a double. The world is not entirely or completely what it seems to be. Culture, and by culture I mean any culture, anywhere, anytime, gives you the message that everything is humdrum, everything is normal. In other words, culture denies experience. You know, we all have had, and even a population of non-psychedelic people have had prophetic dreams, intimations, unlikely strings of coincidences, all of these sort of things. These are experiences which cultures deny. Cultures put in place, I'm sure you've heard this word, a paradigm. And then what fits within the cultural paradigm is accentuated, stressed, and what doesn't fit inside the cultural paradigm is denied, marginalized, argued against. And we live at the end of a 1,000-year binge on the philosophical position known as materialism in its many guises. And the basic message of materialism is that the world is what it appears to be, a thing composed of matter and pretty much confined to its surface. The world is what it appears to be. The world has a double.